It feels like kind of a slow news week to me.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So Vanessa Hudgens turns down Buffy. Now, do you?
That article was weird. I was like, what? What? That article was acting like Sarah Michelle Gellar was going to be in that movie. That they're making crap up. That was never, ever in the plan. I mean, she had no interest in that.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'd always heard. And what was weird was They're like Vanessa Hudgens turns it down. The project has now been shelved. Like really?
Yeah,
It all hinged on her?
yeah. That's totally dumb. I don't buy any of that.
I don't think it's true.
So
I
the
don't even know
people,
who she is.
yeah, I don't know who that is either. I'm like, why do I care?
Apparently, she's in High School Musical. I didn't
So
watch those.
yeah, I didn't either. The
Really, I'm
people.
shocked. I would have thought you would have been like first in theater.
Nope, High School Musical is not the official musical of Geek Evolution. Thank you very much.
High School Musical 2, however, is.
No, it's not. Um, no, we choose.
Actually, the official musical is
Dr.
Step Up 3D.
No, we choose Doctor Horrible.
No, you've already chosen Step Up 3D.
No, I haven't. You chose it for me. No more 3D on my channel because I can't watch it, and I want to be able to watch things on my channel. No,
Piranha.
what I was
Yeah,
saying
I'm going to
was
see Piranha 3D.
it's.
It's Piranha in 3D.
Can I talk, please? Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
As far as I've heard, I mean, I haven't looked into this recently, but the what I heard before, months ago was that the people who made the original Buffy movie somehow or rather still had the rights to it and were able to like make a reboot thing. And they asked Joss Whedon to be a part of it, but of course he was like, "No, that didn't work out the first time. Why would I want to work with you people?" So like the very idea that Sarah Michelle Gellar would ever be part of that, and the idea that anyone would go see it, even like, why are they doing that? No one's gonna go to that.
I don't know. And I don't know. Once they're like, hey, we're doing Buffy, but without Joss Whedon. I'm like, so nobody cares?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would anybody go to that? I mean, it very much. I mean, it reeks of vampires are in right now. So we're going to take the rights that we somehow or rather still have, which is bizarre. I've never heard of two like different parties having rights to the same thing at the same time like that.
Well, it's not really. The thing is, it's not the same rights. It would be like they have the film rights, and then they have the TV rights, and then they have the comic book rights. What just like Joss Whedon said, he can't make another Firefly TV show because Fox owns the rights, but he could make a movie because Fox doesn't own the movie rights, and he can make comic books because Fox doesn't own the comic book rights.
It's so weird how all that works.
Yeah, I know.
It's very complicated.
All right, so the next story is apparently Amazing Spider-Man is now possibly going to be going from 3 weeks a month to twice a month, and it's all going to be written by Dan Slott. Which
I don't like that it's all going to be written by Dan Slott. I do think that this is a step in the right direction to cut it down to 2 books and for it to be a regular team instead of constantly being shifted.
I don't know. I don't care. I keep getting told Amazing Spider-Man is awesome and Dan Slott stuff, and I don't know. Well, first of all, I keep getting told the art.
Telling you that because I picked it up for 3 issues and hated every.
I keep trying it and I don't like it, and I'm like I said, because my friend has a problem with superhero comic books. He's like, they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm like, no, that's not true. They're moving on. They do different things. I'm like, Amazing Spider-Man is everything you hate about comic books or superhero comic books. It is literally just retreading everything that's already been done with the character and refusing to move forward and mature.
Yep. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And you said something really cool a couple weeks ago. I think it was about.
I say something cool every day.
No, you do, but I'm specifically going to mention one cool thing you said, and I believe you were talking about Secret Avengers, although I can't remember. But you made the comment that Marvel had finally made a cool, fun book.
Oh no, that was
what was it?
That was Hawkeye and Mockingbird.
Oh, that's right. It's like it's such a shocker that Marvel would actually finally make something that would be fun and amusing to read. And I'm thinking, I'm not gonna read Spider-Man again until somebody says that about Spider-Man.
I think you would like Hawkeye and Mockingbird because it's like lots of fun, and then it's like backstabbing and twisty turning like 24.
Are you with me on that though? I mean, Spider-Man is
absolutely,
and fun to read and not like angsty.
Yeah, I think he's. Well, the problem is he had moved past that. And this is something that the writers are not only ignoring, but they're acknowledging that they're ignoring. Because JMS came on the book, and he had matured Spider-Man. It wasn't him that necessarily matured him, but he came on, and he was writing Spider-Man with the idea that he's around 28. And there's a number of things that kind of put this in continuity that he is in fact in his kind of late 20s. And the book was still fun and enjoyable, but it brought in new ideas, it brought in new directions for Spider-Man to go, and it dealt with him as an adult. We also had stuff like Peter David's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which also dealt with him as an adult, and carried on what I thought was one of the really, really good things from earlier in JMS's run that he kind of drops later on, which is that Peter Parker is a teacher. And also, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is where they deal with all the fallout from Civil War. But the thing is, both of these books were clearly writing him as about 28. One More Day happens, and all these guys come on, and they've openly said, we're writing him like he's 21. I'm like, that makes him pathetic. He's 28 years old, he's living at home with his aunt. And he can't get a job. I'm like, that's... And the thing is, they're like, well, we want to be relatable. I'm like, well, that's just kind of insulting.
Who's he relatable to?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well...
28-year-old losers?
And he's still dating supermodels. Like, they're like, well, not everybody marries a supermodel. And I'm like, he's fucking Black Cat. I'm not fucking anyone that looks like Black Cat. I can tell you that right now. That idea is so ludicrous.
Eric, I don't know anyone who looks like Black Cat.
Well, but the whole thing is, I'm like, how is this making him relatable? Because he's just gonna keep having sex with or dating like these unbelievably attractive women because they're in comic books.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no realism there.
That and who are we? And I know this is gonna sound awful, but who are we relating to? I mean, 28-year-old losers who live in their parents' basement who can't afford to buy the book in the first place.
That's what Marvel is telling you that you are.
Well, I'm not. First of all, they're
lying.
Marvel
says differently.
I mean, Marvel, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm married and I have my own place and all that. So, And I'm also not 28. Why does Marvel tell me I'm 28?
No, you're 28 acting like you're 21.
God, Eric, I'm so sick of Marvel and their bullshit constantly telling me that I'm 28 and that I live in my parents' basement. They're wrong.
I do not live in my parents' basement. I live in my own room in my parents' house. And
yeah, but you're also not, you're not even my age. I mean,
I'm not even 20, so.
Yeah.
For me. All right, so the next.
You don't find Peter Parker relatable.
You know what? I found him more relatable when he was a teacher in JMS's run than I can possibly find in Amazing. And I do keep trying it. I pick up multiple story arcs. I'm like this. Like I keep trying to want to read it because people say like Spider-Man's fun again, Spider-Man's good again, it's awesome. I'm like, no, it's not. This is. I feel like the people that are saying that are really just having a nostalgia trip because they're writing Spider-Man from the 70s. And I'm like, if you want that, go read Spider-Man in the 70s.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I've got most of those issues. I don't really need new Spider-Man right now if it's going to be like that. I'll just go back and read the stuff I have that I like.
I still recommend you pick up the JMS books. They've got them in nice.
I will.
The Ultimate Collections, which is like the first 3, like each one is like 3 trades. Or what was originally published as 3 trades is like each volume. So I recommend picking that up. At least the first book and see if you like it.
Okay.
And it's drawn by Romita Jr.
I mean, that's a good reason to read anything, really.
Yeah, that was actually my first exposure to Romita Jr.
Well, because the thing is, Romita Jr., I mean, like, last year, I was so against the anti-Venom idea, but I picked it up just because it was Romita Jr., and then I loved it.
I picked up Avengers because it was Romita Jr., and I liked it, but I ended up not putting it on my pull list because they announced Avengers Children's Crusade, and I don't have nearly enough teen drama on my pull list. I'm like, it's the Young Avengers, and it's Alan
I don't have that
Heinberg.
problem.
Well, see, the thing is, like they did the Young Avengers, and it was about 12 issues long. It was supposed to be an ongoing, but he's the guy that writes the OC, and he works on other TV shows and whatnot. So he had some other stuff to do. And they're like, don't worry, there's more. No, wait, there's more. There's more. Don't worry, there's more. Don't worry, there's more. Do not worry, there's more. And then they're like, well, it's not by him, but here's a crossover with the Runaways for Civil War. But don't worry, there's going to be more. There is, in fact, going to be more. Well, here's a Secret Invasion Runaways crossover. Don't worry, there's going to be more. And then, like, here's more by the original guy. It's 9 issues. I'm like, really? It's just a mini? I mean, I waited all this time.